Being broke is expensive. Which sounds ridiculous. Because if someone is broke, you would think life might offer a discount. But no, the financial system looks at someone with no money and says, "Perfect, let's charge them extra." That is the poor tax. It is not an official tax. There is no government form called "Congratulations, you're struggling," but it is real. The poor tax is all the extra money people pay because they do not have enough cash, enough credit, enough time, or enough options. So today, we're breaking down 9 things that cost more when you're broke. Not to shame anyone, but because once you see the traps, you can start escaping them. Number 1. Overdraft fees. An overdraft fee is basically a bank seeing you do not have enough money and saying, "Interesting, let's make that worse." You are short $20. The bank covers it, then charges you $35 for the privilege of being broke. Now your $20 problem is a $55 problem. That is the poor tax. The fix is simple. Turn on low balance alerts. Keep a small buffer in checking. And build that first emergency fund so your account is not living one transaction away from disaster. Number 2. Late fees. Late fees are another way being short on cash becomes more expensive. You cannot pay a bill on time, so they charge you extra. Then next month, you owe the original bill plus the fee, which makes it harder to catch up. It is like falling down the stairs while someone charges you per step. Late fees can hit credit cards, utilities, rent, car payments, loans, and phone bills. And the real damage is not just the fee. Late payments can hurt your credit. Bad credit makes borrowing more expensive. Then higher interest creates even more payments. The move is to automate minimum payments whenever possible. Even if you pay more later, make sure the minimum gets paid on time. Because paying interest is bad. But paying interest, plus a late fee, plus credit damage, is financial insult comedy. Number 3. Credit card interest. Credit cards are useful if you pay them off. But if you carry a balance, they can become one of the most expensive traps in normal life. A dinner, a car repair, a vacation, a few emergency purchases. They all go on the card. Then interest starts working against you every month. And credit card interest does not care if you are tired, stressed, underpaid, or trying your best. It just keeps multiplying quietly in the background like a villain with a calculator. That is why minimum payments feel so frustrating. You pay every month, but the balance barely moves. The fix is to stop adding new charges, pay the minimums, and attack the highest interest debt first if you can. Credit card debt is not normal debt. It is emergency debt. Treat it like a fire. Number 4. Bad car loans. Cars are one of the biggest poor tax traps. When someone has limited cash or weak credit, they usually do not get the best deal. They get the expensive loan, the high interest rate, the long term, the monthly payment that seems manageable but quietly eats their future. A car might cost $20,000, but after interest, fees, repairs, insurance, and bad financing, it can become a financial hostage situation with cup holders. The fix is to think beyond the monthly payment. Look at the full price, the interest rate, the loan length, the insurance, the maintenance. If the car keeps you broke, it is not transportation. It is a debt machine with wheels. Number 5. Payday loans and cash advances. These are some of the most dangerous money traps. They look like a quick fix. Rent is due. The car broke. The check is late. You need money now. So a payday loan offers fast cash. But the fees and interest can be brutal. You borrow a few $100s. Then paying it back leaves you short again. So you borrow again. Now you are not solving the emergency. You are renting survival at a terrible price. The fix is to avoid these whenever possible and build any kind of emergency buffer. Even $500 or $1,000 can keep you away from the worst options. Because the goal is not just having money. The goal is having options. Number 6. Rent-to-own furniture and electronics. Rent-to-own sounds helpful. You need a couch, washer, TV, or laptop. You do not have the full price today, so they let you pay weekly or monthly. But by the time you finish paying, that $600 item may cost $1,500. Congratulations! You just bought a regular couch at luxury yacht pricing. The trap is the small payment. Small payments feel easier than one large payment, but small payments can hide a massive total cost. The fix is to ask one question. What will this cost me in total? Not, can I afford the weekly payment? Because broke decisions often happen when the payment looks small, but the total cost is insane. Number 7. Buying cheap things that break. This one feels unfair, because sometimes people buy cheap because they have no choice. But that is exactly why it becomes a poor tax. Cheap shoes wear out faster. Cheap tools break. Cheap furniture falls apart. Cheap appliances need replacing. So you buy it once, then again, then again. Eventually, you spend more than if you had bought the better version the first time. This does not mean buy the most expensive thing. That is how people financially body slam themselves at Best Buy. It means buy for value. Cheap is not always frugal. Sometimes cheap is just expensive in slow motion. Number 8. Skipping maintenance. When money is tight, maintenance feels optional. Oil change can wait. Dental cleaning can wait. Small leak can wait. Weird car noise can wait. And sometimes it has to wait. But waiting often turns small problems into expensive problems. A missed oil change becomes engine damage. A small cavity becomes a root canal. A tiny leak becomes home repair drama. Maintenance is boring. Nobody posts, "Just changed my air filter, wealth is coming." But maintenance protects your money. The fix is to create small sinking funds. A car fund. A medical fund. A home repair fund. Even tiny amounts help, because preventing a disaster is usually cheaper than surviving one. Number 9. Convenience spending because there is no plan. This is the quiet one. When life is chaotic, convenience becomes expensive. No meal plan? Food delivery? No gas in the car? Overpriced gas near the highway? No budget? Random spending? No emergency fund? Credit card? Being broke often steals time and energy. And when you are exhausted, every decision becomes harder. That is when convenience wins. The fix is not perfection. It is preparation. Keep a few easy meals at home. Set bills on auto-pay. Build a small buffer. Plan 1 week at a time. Because every plan you make when you are calm protects you from bad decisions when you are stressed. So that is the poor tax. Overdraft fees. Late fees. Credit card interest. Bad car loans. Payday loans. Rent-to-own traps. Cheap things that break. Skipped maintenance. And convenience spending with no plan. Being broke is expensive. But understanding that is powerful. Because once you see the traps, you can start building defenses. Your first emergency fund. On-time payments. Better spending rules. Less high-interest debt. More planning. More options. The goal is not to look rich. The goal is to stop paying extra just because you are trying to survive. Because real wealth starts when your money stops leaking. Every fee you avoid, every bad loan you skip, and every trap you escape is money that stays with you. That is the wealth fix. If you want quick, simple money moves for building wealth, clearing debt, and living better without pretending you hate nice things, subscribe to 10-Minute Wealth Fix.